Imagine buying a 2-story home, and there's a possible 3-story. That is ridiculously small. I know that I'm here for a possible buried treasure.
Holmes! Never mind the lottery ticket, you got gold.
The first day that we were here, we figured out that we'd actually bought a disaster.
I've been doing this since I was a kid. I have never, ever. This is unbelievable. I'll be damned.
Oh my God. We've really been whitewashed more than we could have known.
Charmaine.
Hey.
I'm Mike. Nice to meet you. Zephie?
Nice to meet you.
That's a cool name, Zephie. How do you spell that?
Z-E-P-H-I-E.
Z-E-P-H-I-E. Okay, that's unique. I like that. Zephie and Charmaine bought a house about 3 years ago. He fell in love with it. She followed the puck. Have you done any renos?
We sure have. I didn't like this house at first. I didn't want to buy this house. I got, shall I say, talked into it. We've had a new roof. We've had some electrical done. We had a leak of water in our kitchen. We had water in the bathroom upstairs.
Laundry room.
We have a lot of experience with water.
My mistake is loving the house at first sight. Because we've been through a lot of homes. But when I walked through this door, I said, oh my God, this is a nice place.
I'm gonna guess this house is about 80 years old.
A little more, 1900.
A little more? 1900.
Yeah.
So over 100.
Over 100. The first day that we were here, you know, it was we figured out that we'd actually bought a disaster. So our kitchen, judging by the brick outside, from there back is an addition, and there's a flat top roof above the second story. When we moved in, it was raining, and it was raining here. And there's puddles all over the floor, and I just screamed.
This is the day you moved in.
Yes. The list started to grow, and the list was quite long, day after day. Electrical problems, collapsed drain pipes. We knew that the roof needed replacing, but we had no idea that it was gonna rain into the kitchen.
I also heard before you bought the house, actually before you even saw it, there was a tarp over the roof for about 14 years.
Touch me.
Well, not that long. But,
I know, I'm exaggerating.
It was, and that was the part I was gonna come back to. Our neighbor had told us that during the winters, they had blue tarped the roof.
As far as I'm concerned, this is homeowner liability, and I'm talking about the people that sold the house to Charmaine and Zephie. There was a tarp on the roof forever. So what do? They pull the tarp, they sell the house. Every homeowner's nightmare when the original homeowner doesn't disclose what's wrong with the house. Did you bring in a home inspector?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
And what did you hear from the home inspector?
The home inspector pretty much said that the roof needed replacing, which we did right away.
After it flooded.
After that was flooded.
Right away, after it flooded.
But pretty much the bones were good. That the electricity was fine. That there was no knob and tube, which was a lie. We found knob and tube. That pretty much we were intact, but the worst thing was gonna be.
So the electrical was fine. Did he mark that little light on the front porch with the wires going through the soffit?
Did you notice
right
that?
away?
Did you turn it
I looked
on?
up, I turned it on.
That's right.
And all 3 lines, one's a ground, then you got your hot and your common right against the metal.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Absolute no-no.
That's right.
So add insult to injury, they bring in a roofer to replace the roof. What does he find out? He looks through the window and he sees, I think there's a 3rd floor here. I got a question. How'd the home inspector miss that? There is no access to the attic, correct?
That's right.
The inspector did make a note of this in the report. There was no access to the attic, so why take a look, even though there's a window at the front of the house, I'm assuming a window at the back.
Yes.
I think the big question here is why would somebody close up the 3rd floor of a home? Why? Resale value means that you can get more money for it, more square footage. Supposedly, somebody was living in there. It was a rented apartment. But somebody later on, within years, close off the stairs, put some insulation in, and seals off the whole 3rd floor. Why?
There's this fear that, boy, there's been much more of a cover-up job done on this house, and we've really been whitewashed more than we could have known.
I want to actually go upstairs, and I want to see how it's situated. It even tells me if there used to be a set of stairs there.
I think the stairs were here.
Oh, it makes sense. It's usually at the top of the
Right.
stairs, somewhere in this vicinity to get to the next level.
That's right.
Do we know whether or not it was storage, a livable space?
Apparently it was rented out. There's a gas line, there was an apartment up there.
An apartment?
His aunt, yeah.
An apartment? Like
You know,
a full
quotation-
apartment?
Quotations, Mike. This house has been an onion, and it, you know, the growth, the internal growth of that onion just never seems to stop.
Okay, so we do have a closet here.
Yeah, we've tried to get up there a couple of times. We had a carpenter come over and rip out the ceiling of one of the closets, and you know, we hit floorboards. So I said, that doesn't tell me stairs. That's floorboards. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the roofer was, you know, mistaken about what he saw up there.
In order for the stairs that would have been here, they would have had to have started here, gone up to a platform, and gone back up again, because you have such a low pitch here.
Yeah.
You would have had to come up this way, right?
The reason we really wanted to get up there was because we knew how bad the roof had been when we bought it. We replaced the roof, but our fear is that it's full of black mold.
Okay, so easiest route for me is to throw up a ladder, like the home inspector should have done, and looked in the window.
Yeah, that's right.
Sure.
See, that's where I have this, right?
Yeah.
And I see through the window. It's nice and simple. How many people buy a house and they get caught in a trap because they bought problems from someone else, cover-ups from someone else, and not realize it because they buy by illusion? There's emotion here. They like the place. They like the neighborhood. They wanted the house. They may not want the bill for the repair.
Zephie and I don't fight. Wow. I don't usually get so emotional about this is the stress. This is it. This house has caused us a lot of financial stress, a lot of emotional stress. We've been through hell and back.
I'm the calm one. I try my best to say, it will be better. Just have some faith within the system and let's work together. Man, things gonna be all right.
In all the years of me being a contractor, I've been doing this since I was a kid, I have never, ever
Seen this.
seen a hidden third floor, ever.
Me either.
Oh, dude, is that ever spooky? Look at that, man.
What person is going to sell a house that has a third floor, closes it up, and doesn't tell anyone about it? Why would they do that?
Our fear is that it's full of black mold, and we could be getting sick.
It's another cold day.
Yeah, it's freezing. It is freezing. All right, boys, you want to help us with ladders?
Don't worry, I'm good.
And we're clear.
Okay, so this is the important one.
I got you,
guys.
David. I'm right here, man.
Oh, there's a third floor.
Oh, dude, that is so freaking cool.
Look at, there's a bedroom. There's the staircase.
Is that ever spooky? Look at that, man. Isn't that cool, Holmes?
Just the insulation. There's the old bottom window that's been dropped out. That is wild. And it's old. There's the old rail. Even the rails, like, look at how short the rail is. How interesting. Well, it's clear that they've leaked from many places. You can see they've caulked the top, they've caulked the window, they've caulked all the flashing in here, even caulked the inside, because water was coming in the kitchen in this area. All right, there's that one.
All right, we're in.
Well,
Oh, that is so cool. That's very cool, though.
shall we? I'm going in.
There's a floor there. Awesome. That's a good start.
So they put down about 4 inches of insulation.
Not much, though, eh? This house must have been cold.
And they cut this side. They cut this side, so they knew what they were doing because they cut it for it to breathe Although there's not enough insulation in there at all. They must be losing so much heat. This is unbelievable. It's original, lath and plaster all the way up, no
Yeah.
insulation. That's probably why they closed it off, no insulation. And no mold. I mean, this is over 100 years old.
Yeah, this is original. I love it.
And this was definitely part of the house. Would this be grandfathered? What would we have to do to bring it back? I just can't believe the staircase.
I can't believe that opening, buddy. Okay, my feet are 12 inches. You got 14 inches on that stairway. Oh my God, look at that.
I have never seen rails so short. That's 24 inches.
Have you ever seen a set of stairs that
No,
small?
that is ridiculously small.
What is that, 12 inches, 14
Like
inches?
if you look at this,
Yeah.
was that a whole step that went across? That's probably somewhere in the closet, this new drywall. Like, this had to be stairs, this is the rail.
Yeah, and there's the, there's the ceiling going down, sloping down, so they got their head height. That's bizarre. What is that there?
That's just a piece of blocking old case.
Oh, it's a glass.
Open her up. There's no mice,
No mice.
no money,
Interesting, though.
no honey. And a little freaking door. Everything about this is small. It's like, even a light, look at a light.
Oh, look at that. It's the old light, eh?
This is old. Well, look at, you can stand in the middle.
Yeah, I can stand here. So this is,
This
I'm
is almost
6'2".
like a little kid's freaking room. There's no pulley.
Look at that.
It's an old pulley.
I love it.
Which makes me wonder, that they have some sort of a trap door.
Set of a door down there. You might be right.
Although, it's like, who says you couldn't have a little bedroom,
Yeah.
a little living room?
Well, they couldn't have charged much for it, whatever they did. I can't believe this is up here. I just can't believe it.
We're gonna have to see whether or not I can turn this back into a livable space. Right now, I guess we'll just plastic up the window.
Okay.
Make the call of sucking out all that insulation.
So I'll call Alex, tell him to get over here tomorrow morning, see if he
Yeah.
can suck this out for us right away.
Yeah,
It's a good call, so we can see what we're doing.
let's see if we can do it.
Very cool, man. Very, very cool. It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at you. Parkdale Activity Recreation Center is like my second home. I run 2 different music programs, and I work in the drop-in as a drop-in worker. It's a part of me to be there. Look at you, baby.
All right, here we go, guys.
Around in the city.
Park members are people who are living on the street, people who live in boarding homes, who have mental health issues, drug addictions, people who are trying to survive. I might have done this once or twice. People don't do this work because of pay and glory and all of that. You do it really because it's in your heart. To give something forward, it's kind of like what Mike does for us.
Come home with me. In Jamaica, we said one hand can't clap. There's no sound. So if you give good, you will get back good. And that's what happened to us. When she told me that Mike is coming to fix the place, I said, give me 5. I said, that's the sound you're gonna get, right? 2 hands make 1 heart. You, baby. Woo!
Oh, that's a little better.
Inside the cavity, which is good.
Yeah. Look at this old postcard. Look at that, man. What year is that?
To this address,
1966. When were you born?
63.
63. I'm not going there.
I'm not going there. I'm not going there. I was just seeing if it was the right date.
Oh, okay, let's keep whatever we find, a little treasure, we give the homeowner. It's
Very
not
cool.
like a time capsule. There was definitely a very small set of stairs there. You can see the stringers that come off the two posts here.
Yeah.
There's one right there, there's one right there. So that's a very small tread. So that would mean splitting that.
Yeah. You're
Like, that's
right.
a really thin set of stairs coming up, turning around, and coming up here.
Well, look at that. You're right. That's 16 inches from there, 16 inches to here. That's your stairway. We weren't coming up here.
Yeah, I don't know how we can grandfather that. I can't wait to actually talk about that, because I want to do my best to see if I can keep this.
I love it.
That electrical line, I mean, is that live? And check that?
Yep.
It's live. Well, that's not really smart. So
Oh
whoever
my
closed it
God,
off, just
buddy.
left it sitting there, threw in some insulation. Not smart. We've had a leak. So that would say why there was a repair.
Yeah.
That's the chimney. So that's the #1 spot for leakage.
Yeah. Holmes! Never mind the lottery ticket. You got gold, buddy. Yeah. Sorry, sir. That's yours, sir.
Found some gold.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh my God. This is so awesome.
Anytime you buy something that's a pain in the butt, it's divorce dust. You come in happy, and you possibly could end up going out separate.
My mistake is loving the house at first sight. A couple friends of mine said to me, boy, Zephie, you look like you're gonna lose your wife through that house. I said, no, man, things gonna be all right.
Holmes!
Gold!
Never mind the lottery ticket. You got gold, buddy. That's got to be fool's gold. Yeah. Sorry, sir. That's yours, sir.
Tell me if it's real.
What'd you do, put this in here?
No, I just found it on the floor, buddy.
Hold on to that. As
No
a
problem.
time capsule. So we're just
Anything
taking...
else?
Well, I want to see more inside the cavities to see about structure. The way they structured this in the old days, it's actually not so bad. These small knee walls is only about 7 feet, just over 7 feet.
Yeah, this is about 7 feet here. Yeah, from wall to wall, just over, probably 7'6".
So 7'6", and those knee walls are closer to the outside walls, and what that does is stops, we don't
Yeah.
need collar ties in place, so it really holds it, but you bounce a bit and you can feel it move. But also the plank flooring underneath it should be about 1 inch thick, and we are true 2x6s at 16 inch on center.
I can't believe the boards look so good. I'm surprised. I thought this was going to be molded all over the place up here.
Yeah, so did I, to be honest with you, so did I. Well, let's go downstairs and come up with a game plan on what we're
Okay.
going to do. Let's also measure, because we had 10 feet yesterday from the back wall
Yeah.
to the rail, go down on the second floor, figure out where the stairs used to
Yeah.
be, and then...
Even access,
maybe-
possibly,
Well, I would like to. One way or the other, we need access to the attic.
Yeah, okay.
Well, let's measure back from that wall.
Okay, was it this one here?
10 feet. Okay, 10 feet is right at the switch.
Are you in the shower there?
Oh, look at this. Come here. I see exactly where it is. What's that?
That's the chimney. So it's right here. Of course it is. Jeez. That's exactly where the stair was.
Right in the staircase. Those stairs at 16 inches went up.
Yeah.
The platform, 16 inches went up. So
point.
it's right here.
Okay, Holmes?
Yep.
1 sec. Okay, can you start pushing it, buddy?
Yepper.
Awesome. 1 sec, buddy, sorry. What a mess.
What drywall's this?
That is plaster, isn't it? That's cement board.
What year is it?
Oh, that, Jesus.
Yeah. Is that the good stuff?
That would have been what, 70s? 60s?
60s.
Yeah.
That means this was closed off well before the
Yeah.
existing homeowners.
Even the previous existing
That's what I'm
homeowners.
talking about.
So 2 homeowners ago.
At least.
Interesting, yeah.
This hasn't been open long. They weren't renting this out. That drywall tells us this was
Yeah.
closed up in the 60s.
Wow. Actually, that's a good point, buddy. So even the last homeowners, when they sold this house, had no idea.
That's right.
Wow.
We can drop this little stuff here.
Yep.
You can take down the other pieces. We'll leave these up in place. We'll cut out this one here to give us an opening.
Okay.
We can stop trying to take the ladder that way, and we'll come up in and out of here. Set
Beautiful.
up the chute.
Yeah.
Got this place after we cover this.
Yeah.
Okay, and we come in and out, use this as our access, and get everything down the chute and in the bin. Charmaine,
Yes.
did you want to take a look at this?
Holy smokes.
So it
I
wasn't
see,
in
I
your
see.
closet, it was
It
here.
was right here.
And look at the tread here, right here. See, just stop for a sec. See this tread?
Who fit through there?
That's a good question. Go ahead, we'll walk up, I'll hold the ladder, you take a look.
It's like a time capsule, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so weird. It's in way better shape than I thought. It's incredible, absolutely incredible. Oh my God, this is so awesome! I really had visions of black mold festering. It's none of that. It's quite amazing. That's incredible. It's a time capsule.
It is a time
Well, speaking of a time capsule, we did find a couple things in there.
Come on.
Yeah, we did.
What'd you find?
Damon,
Yep, coming, buddy.
Look at that, it's a box.
this was buried in the insulation and in the
Oh,
box.
look.
And you gotta keep these things.
Look at that, look at that.
in the box.
Cool little stuff.
What is this, a picture?
Postcard to this house.
Look at the date.
66.
1966.
And it's from Italy.
Found some gold.
Yeah,
A
Mike
joke.
wanted to keep it.
That's
but-
not really good.
It's called Fool's Gold.
Yeah, I was gonna say. You know, we've been so excited. 3.5 years of waiting and wanting to go up there and not knowing. You don't know. We could have found something really terrible.
And well, you also, if you went up there, you might have been falling through. You know, you gotta
we had
find out whether or not
yeah.
you can go up there.
Listen, I had a friend who's an architect who said to me, Charmaine, I'm doing this on my own house. You don't want to do this. You need to call a professional. That's what we did.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ready, boys? Give us some tension. Okay, got it? Okay, guys, one more, please.
No sliding. So make sure everyone's wearing the proper mask because the old oil paint
Yeah.
could contain lead and more than likely did. Anything
that's a good
before
point.
1980.
Yeah,
And that way, they protect your lungs.
no worries.
I've got some ideas on how to do this. We may be able to keep it. Show people how to do a proper cathedral insulation so it breathes properly and we get enough R value. That way I don't have to insulate the floor, turn it into an actual storage attic, drop-down ladder. And I think we can keep it as is, as long as we insulate it properly,
Yeah.
fix the electrical, close it back off again. We don't have the headroom in the attic to put in a proper set of stairs for today's code. Not to mention, stairs would take up way too much room on that second floor and eat up the space that Charmaine and Zephie desperately need. So it won't be a proper livable space, but we'll make it a great storage area. That tiny little 16-inch
Yeah.
up to that walkway here, and then 16 inches going up here. Imagine that 16-inch. That's how you get upstairs. You know, the basement's full of stuff, the bedroom's full of stuff, and I know at the time they were getting ready to take that middle bedroom, turn it into a walk-in closet, but now they get to use that attic as a storage space. And talk about doing it right. The house is considered a 2.5 story. That third floor, 2.5 story, was built 113 years ago, to be exact. I'm not changing any structure. All I'm doing is insulating, bringing it up to new codes, and drywall. So I'm gonna do a pull-down ladder, nice and easy to get up, nice warm zone. It's gonna be simple. And they're actually gonna save on their monthly bill for heat. Come play in the kid zone, because this is the kid zone.
Actually, this is my zone. Now,
This is perfect for you.
this is where the short people.
I'm
one of the
telling
tall
you,
people.
Zephie's gonna say to you, wanna rent the place? Because you could live up here, right? You can.
It's okay for me.
So we just got to make sure that we're safe on this electrical here. It is knob and tube. What have you found so far?
Overloaded?
Overloaded. That's not a surprise. This is a small panel. Bunch of split breakers.
Yes.
Do we need to upgrade the panel?
Well, I need to know what you need done up here first.
Well, what I'm thinking, and I'm glad you're here, what I'm thinking is just a couple of lights, right?
Okay.
You know, we're gonna keep this little wall here. We're gonna keep it quite original. Maybe a light on this side, light on that side. It's just gonna be a storage attic space or a usable room. Not,
Okay.
I'm not gonna say to sleep in or use it to rent out, because that's just not gonna happen. I'm gonna do a pull down ladder, so not a set of stairs. I can't get it in. I can't get the proper head height. So I'm thinking just to help heat it, because we're gonna insulate it from the ceiling, maybe 2 electrical registers.
There's no more room in the panel.
Yes.
There's one spot where the buzz bar has actually been burnt.
What if we do a new panel?
Okay.
So let's do the panel, and then we create a report for them on future things that need to be done.
Don't judge.
I want to do all the wood first, okay? So split up, whether you're cutting, whether you're passing wood, gluing, screwing, whatever, okay? We're just going tight to the joists, glue and screw.
Okay.
I want them every 2 to 3 inches apart on the screws, okay, guys?
Anytime you're going to insulate a cathedral ceiling, you want a thermal break. The bad insulation and vapor barrier is just not good enough. From a 2x4, I had extended to 6 inches because I need 5 inches of spray foam. At the same time, I want at least 1.5 inches of airspace from the roof line behind the insulation.
Derek, you want to screw this in while I hold it in place, please? Good enough, thank you, buddy. Put a couple more in there for me. Yeah. This is flying, boys, it's flying.
To create the airflow needed, we'll be opening up the soffits, installing baffles right from the bottom to the top of the roof line, and then creating a ridge vent to allow the air to exhaust. That air movement will allow the wood to breathe and will prevent moisture from building up, keeping the roof sheathing mold-free. Once we get the baffles in, that gives us that 1 inch minimum airspace that we need from top to bottom. Then we can bring in the spray foam guys and they'll apply it. Since we need to go so thick with the spray foam, we're gonna do it in 2 passes. Really smart. Go halfway first, minutes later, come back and hit it again.
So the plan for today is try to manage all these different trades. We got the roofers upstairs, they're cutting out the ridge beam. We've got the window guys installing the windows. We're about to start the subfloor. We have to rescrew the old subfloor, put a new subfloor in. We got the guys drywalling. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna keep all the guys drywalling, getting this area done, and then we're gonna start focusing on this zone because all the rest of the trades are in this area. So once we finish here and these guys finish up, we're gonna roll back in here.
The purpose of what we're doing here today is installing a ridge vent. Carl, can you come out here for a minute?
How's it going?
Good, good. We may not have to actually cut the boards because underneath the boards, they're actually showing a 2-inch gap, and I can see the baffles that you've put in already. The materials call for 1-inch gap. We have at least 1.5 to 2 inches, so we won't need to cut it. Just remove the materials and install.
Now that it's 2 inches, does that make a difference?
It should improve airflow, obviously,
Okay.
because with a smaller gap, it's drawing through a smaller hole. With a larger one, it's going to
breathe
open it
better.
up. Yeah, absolutely.
That's perfect.
With the soffits being open and then the ridge being cut, it allows air to transfer unrestricted from the soffit up and through. And so with the baffles inside, it allows a perfect channel to come from the soffit up through this and be drawn out. It's just going to keep airflow going through, reduce risk of moisture, reduce risk of mold, anything like that.
I'm seeing about a pound of caulking on top of that drip sill, and it's that hard stuff. So this stuff here, when it gets hard, it'll crack, and water will get into it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, this flashing off, and then we're gonna cut this frame, collapse it, and then we're gonna put the new window on here, and then we're gonna caulk the outer edge all the way around it. And this is what we call a double hung tilt-in. When you unlock it, you turn that over, and you can open it up to clean the outside of the glass. And you can do the same thing with the top one. Bring it in, right there, hold it there. This is probably the most energy efficient window in the market. It's got glowy glass, it's got argon gas, and it's got the space edger vinyl channel in between the two panes of glass. That's what gives it the R value.
And I can tell you my side. It's like, I said, okay, yes, I did it, yes. I said, so we'll take care of it.
They've gone through an emotional journey just buying the house and the problems they've had. That's the battle between the two of them. This might be the new spark, the new excitement that just solves all the problems in the future.
I'm torn between feeling relaxed and wanting to say, okay, it's gonna get looked after now. I can stop worrying. But at the same time, there's this fear that, boy, there's been much more of a cover-up job done on this house, and we've really been whitewashed more than we could have known.
Right now, we're done our drywall. We're in the mudding stage. And what I want to do, the most important thing today, is getting that set of stairs figured out and put in. Don't let go, guys.
Hang on, hang on.
Okay, guys, I just got it in, so let's test the door.
All right.
Okay, be careful with it. We only got a couple temporary screws in it just to see if it works.
Pretty smooth, eh?
Pretty smooth. Okay, so Derek, get the rest of the screws and the structural nails into it. Guys, you get ready for the drywall, and I'm gonna get the rest of the crew up here mudding and finishing up the baseboards.
Some guys like to take drywall and just wrap it in. It's a lot easier. They got the material here. But we're gonna take the time, take wood. It's more durable, solid, and will last longer. Shimming is not an easy thing. People just think you stick it in and then you can throw some nails in, but you really have to get the size of your shim correct. Because like I got a gap right there. If I start nailing this, the whole thing could shift over. So I have to have the whole cavity, my whole 6-inch cavity, tight with shim. And say I didn't stick that little guy in the middle there, you just throw your shims in like anybody else would, and just throw a nail in there. The thing could bend over. But as soon as I put this little wedge in here to complete that whole full shim space, takes that right out of there.
One more. Okay.
It's the last day. We've got everyone in there. They're running like crazy. Little paint touch-ups, a little bit of caulking, finishing up the cabinets in the walk-in closet. the lights. That's all the little things we do at the end, and then clean our way out of the house. Very nice.
Starting to clean, boys?
I like the rails. Who did the
Yeah,
rails?
Carlito, my man. He pulled it off. It looks fantastic. I kind of like it because it kind of looks like the old one, except a lot higher. Looks good, eh?
I think they're gonna love it now they've got a walk-in closet and a walk-up access.
Yeah, no kidding.
To an area they've never actually been able to use. Let's
Yep.
close this up. I want to see this. Close that.
So does that, nice and easy, folds up like that. What you do is you just stick it in that hole and you lock it. Push it up with that. Very nice, eh?
Under the B.
Yep.
Bingo.
Under
job.
the B.
Good job.
These guys did a great job too, man.
That's all we do, eh? It may not be the biggest job I've done, but let me tell you, the numbers quickly add up. To actually turn this attic into a storage space, here's what we had to do. We had to beef up the insulation, make it breathable from top to bottom, install new windows, all with spray foam, the electrical, and to close it all up again, the total cost on this job was $37,000. And that does not include my guys.
It's so cute.
Oh, man. That's weird. That's cool.
Isn't it?
I really had visions of black mold festering. It's none of that. It's hard to describe what it is that I feel about what Mike's done for us, other than absolute joy. It really is, and thankfulness.
Such a pleasure to see you two again.
You too.
Zephie,
How are you, Mike?
I'm doing well. My dear, how
Hi,
are
darling.
you?
Good, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. They didn't know there was a 2.5 story, even though they read it 2.5 story. They didn't realize there was actually an attic space that was closed in. All they had to do was look at their neighbors' houses and see there is a 3rd floor. Are you kind of excited to see what I'm going to show you?
My God, I can't wait.
I'm jumping out of my skin.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I'm really excited. I know it's small for you, but for us, this is the last piece of the puzzle. To know that there's another story there.
Some of the things we did, I don't know, I love Dominic. He didn't like the door you had on the front of the house, so you got a brand new door.
It's so beautiful. It's so sexy. The front door, I feel safe. I don't have to see the sunlight coming through the bottom of it anymore, and it's a big surprise.
Thanks, guys. It's really nice.
Well, let's go into the warmth anyways. Well, I didn't gut anything and rebuild it and redo the bathroom, but what we did do is they drove the guy nuts. They fixed up the walls and they fixed your ceiling in the bathroom, did some caulking on the tile, a little bit of lipstick and mascara, I call it.
Thank you.
And it's really all about what's in here and what's above here.
Okay.
Right across. So you ready?
Oh, my God.
Okay, so it's nothing big.
Wow! I got a walk-in closet.
You said you wanted a walk-in closet, and I'm thinking maybe you could put a chair here and a little desk here, right?
Oh, yes.
Already right.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You wanted a place you could either play in, have
Right.
fun in, or put storage. So
Right.
when I follow the codes, I can put in a drop-down ladder.
Right.
You can have a space that's usable up there, which was not used before. This has
Right.
been completely redone. So we have this little thing here because you don't have to reach up and grab anything.
Oh.
So nice and simple. You put it in, you see the little clip there? See the handle? And
Yes,
that little
I see
clip,
it.
boom, right? And then it's gonna come to here.
Okay.
So it's not gonna drop on anyone's head, it's not gonna do anything.
Oh my
And if
God.
you needed to pull this down, isn't that slick?
It's very slick.
You guys are great.
Wow, that's very cool.
You ready to go up?
Yeah. The pull-down stairwell is really cool. It saves us space on a full stairwell, and it's easily accessible. What more can I say? It's a brilliant solution.
Feel safe?
Yeah. It feels very safe, very sturdy. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's so cute. It's so cute. I can't stand it.
Oh, man. That's
weird.
That's cool.
Isn't it, actually?
That's cool.
It's like a dollhouse up here.
It is. It is.
like a
To me,
dollhouse.
it is. So since the lights are going to be in the center, we want to make sure we use a safe light. So if you hit your head on it, it's not going to break and give you electricity to your brain. We have a baseboard heater there. We have a baseboard heater there. Even though you're really not going to need it, it's just in the middle of winter. If you want to keep it a little warm up here, I'd recommend it.
Okay.
Especially if you got something you really care about.
Yeah.
This is a win-win. Why? They wanted a walk-in closet and they wanted space in the attic. They got them both. Had I put stairs in, which I really couldn't do to head height, they wouldn't have had what they really needed, storage and a walk-in closet. This is a win-win for me.
I'm so happy, to tell you the truth about it, to see upstairs what it's look like, which we never dream of having the opportunity to see that place, because we don't have the money to fix it the way it is right now. I'm more than pleased to see what take place upstairs.
When everything was taken down, we kept all the framing. All we did was build it down just a little further because I needed to.
Okay.
And the reason I had to build it down further is because we had to spray 5 inches of spray foam.
Wow.
So in order to get an 1.5 inch airspace, we baffled each and every rafter zone all the way through.
Wow.
Which, we have a ridge vent up here. Open up the soffits, so we spray right down to the bottom there, come right up, boom. Allows that air movement above the spray foam, keeps the breathing that's necessary, exhausts out the ridge vent. When she first went up, I could hear her, whoa, I could tell right away she loved it. I mean, it's a comfy, cozy area. It really is. As a little boy, I would have loved it. It would have been my room, I'm telling you. It would have been my room. I'm sure she wants it as that, but it's for storage. That's what it's for. It's to get them back to living in the house, and I think they feel really good about it. It's gone from a negative, for her especially, to a positive.
You have no idea how thankful I am that you found out that there's no mold up here.
And
Thank you.
there's things.
I really can't. There's no way to thank you enough.
Well, you just did.
No, really.
I like it.
You know, maybe to other people these things aren't big, but to us, we know the value of these things and the repair to our relationship and lifestyle and ability to go forward with our lives and stop worrying about it,
So
right?
let's hope that works so you don't have to shout anymore. I would like I would like to get a break, right? I love up here, man.
I love it too.
What a relief. You just saved my marriage. In my country, Jamaica, one of the best things for us is to build a home for your family.
I feel really good being here, and you're supposed to bless something,
Yes.
so I would like to see this.
Yes. Majority of people, they bless their home. This is my way of saying it here, you know? Let the Spirit keep the place alive. Give thanks and praise to the older man of creation. Give thanks unto Mike and his crew. Harry.
I'm curious as to why there's 4 glasses.
East, west, north, and south. The Spirit lies in the 4 corners of the world. And as life goes on, your angels and my angels, our brothers and sisters, give thanks.
That was beautiful. Thank you.
Respect, and thank you very much.
Welcome to Come on, yes, where you Let's see, and we'll do this again.
For more information about this show, please visit hgtv.ca.